I am Eleanor Mae. I am 100 years old. Poor blood circulation caused me to fall at age 80, and what I am about to reveal to you today will cost the American pharmaceutical industry billions of dollars. I know this because I have only drank these 10 specific drinks for the past 20 years. They cost about $1 a day, and they are sitting right there in your kitchen. When I fell on my kitchen floor 2 decades ago, my legs just gave out. They were freezing cold, numb, and heavy like lead. I lay there thinking my life of independence was over. I have buried 5 of my doctors since that day, 5 highly educated men who always pointed to their complicated charts, adjusted their expensive glasses, called me old-fashioned and conservative, and aggressively advised me to take their prescription medications. They dieted according to the latest trends. They took their daily handfuls of pills. They lived exactly according to their scientific charts, but not a single one of those men could live past the age of 70. I am still here, living alone and walking 2 miles every single day. This is exactly what those who get rich from selling you pills do not want you to know. A specific drink can reverse the effects of poor circulation. This massive healing damage happens in just a few hours, not days, not weeks, but hours. I am going to show you exactly what happens inside your legs within 24 hours of drinking this beverage. You will feel the warmth returning to your calves. The terrifying numbness in your toes will disappear. And I have ranked all 10 of these drinks from worst to best, so you know exactly which ones actually work and which ones are completely useless. The number 1 drink on this list dilates your arteries by an astonishing 30%. 30%. That is the exact difference between trudging to the bathroom at night, terrified of falling, and walking confidently across your house. It is the difference between freezing, numb feet and feet that function normally like they did when you were 40. And this is the most important thing. This miracle is probably in your kitchen right now, but you are drinking it the entirely wrong way. Let us start this countdown. Pay attention, because your mobility depends on it. Drink number 10 is regular water. Let us start with the most obvious baseline. You have been told your entire life to drink 8 glasses of water a day, and yes, you desperately need water. When you age, your body loses its natural sense of thirst. Dehydration makes your blood thick, sticky, and slow, which immediately ruins your circulation. But here is the hard truth nobody wants to admit. Water alone does almost nothing to actively fix broken circulation after age 60. It only improves blood flow by about 8%. That is simply not enough to make a real difference when your blood vessels have shrunk and stiffened. The problem is that water does not contain any active compounds to trigger your arteries to open up. It just stops you from getting worse. Think of it as putting oil in a broken engine. It keeps it from exploding, but it does not fix the engine. You must drink your water, but do not expect it to save your legs. Its scores are 2 out of 10, necessary, but entirely insufficient on its own. Drink number 9 is green tea. Now, green tea gets hyped constantly by the health industry. Yes, it contains catechins and antioxidants that supposedly improve vascular function. But for poor leg circulation specifically, the effect is incredibly minimal and painfully slow. The research shows green tea might increase your blood vessel dilation by about 12%, which is better than water, but it is still underwhelming. The compounds in green tea work over months, not hours. Furthermore, most people drink it completely wrong. You pour boiling water over the tea bag, which instantly burns and destroys 50% of the beneficial catechins before the cup even reaches your lips. You must use water that is hot, but not boiling. And even then, the caffeine can actually cause your blood vessels to constrict, defeating the entire purpose of drinking it for circulation. It scores a 3 out of 10, but do not get discouraged by these low numbers. Drink number 7 will make your life in old age better on another level. Drink number 8 is ginger tea. Now we are beginning to wake the body up. Ginger contains potent compounds called gingerols and zingerone, which have a very real, very physical warming effect on the body. When you drink a strong cup of ginger tea made from actual raw grated ginger root, not the dusty powder in a tea bag, it acts as a mild vasodilator. It gently coaxes your blood vessels to expand, and it prevents blood platelets from sticking together, which reduces the risk of those terrifying microclots that cause strokes and leg pain. You can actually feel a cup of strong ginger tea moving through your chest and down into your extremities. But the issue with ginger is that the effect is temporary. It provides a beautiful flush of warmth, but it does not permanently rebuild the structure of your veins. It is a fantastic temporary relief for cold feet, but it is not the ultimate cure. It scores a 4 out of 10. Drink number 7 is tart cherry juice. Now we are getting into the real medicine. As we age, our blood vessels become inflamed. They get swollen and stiff on the inside, which leaves almost no room for the blood to flow down to your feet. Tart cherry juice is packed with anthocyanins, which are compounds that aggressively attack and reduce arterial inflammation. When the swelling in your blood vessel walls goes down, the vessel can finally relax and widen. People who drink tart cherry juice daily report significantly less heaviness in their legs. But here is the fatal flaw: the sugar. Even pure tart cherry juice contains a massive amount of natural sugar. A single cup can spike your insulin, and high insulin actually damages your blood vessels in the long run. You are taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. If you drink it, you must dilute it heavily with water. It works, but it is a double-edged sword. It scores a 5 out of 10. If you think tart cherry juice is powerful, just wait. Drink number 5 will force your body to heal itself in a way that feels like pure magic. Drink number 6 is pure cocoa. I am not talking about the sugary hot chocolate packets you buy at the supermarket. I am talking about pure, bitter, unsweetened cacao powder. Real cocoa is an absolute powerhouse for your blood. It is loaded with flavonols, which are compounds that explicitly command your blood vessels to produce more nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the master chemical of circulation. It is what keeps your arteries wide open. Studies have shown that a strong drink of pure cocoa can increase your blood flow by 24% within just 2 hours. You will physically feel your legs warm up. The tingling sensation will fade. The problem? Pure cocoa tastes incredibly bitter, like dirt. The moment you add sugar or milk to make it taste better, you destroy the cardiovascular benefits. The dairy binds to the antioxidants and renders them useless, and the sugar ruins your veins. You have to drink it with hot water and maybe a pinch of stevia. It is highly effective, but very difficult for most modern people to tolerate. It scores a 6 out of 10. Drink number 5 is pomegranate juice. This is where we start seeing results that make doctors nervous. Pomegranate juice is one of the most powerful cardiovascular protectors on earth. It contains unique antioxidants that do something brilliant. Instead of just trying to force your veins open, they actually protect the nitric oxide you already have in your body from breaking down. It stops the free radicals in your blood from destroying your circulation. Older adults who drink this consistently show a massive 22% increase in blood flow, and it actually reduces the physical plaque buildup inside the arteries. It physically clears the highways of your body. But again, it has 32 grams of sugar per cup, and it is obscenely expensive. You will spend a fortune trying to keep this habit up. It is effective, but it is a luxury, not a practical daily survival tool. It scores a 7 out of 10. You might think that is the best it gets, but you are wrong. Drink number 3 is going to make you see all the flavors of food in your life differently from now on. Drink number 4 is hibiscus tea. This is the great hidden secret of the plant world. Hibiscus tea is criminally ignored by modern medicine. It contains organic acids that act almost exactly like prescription blood pressure medications, but without a single side effect. It heals the endothelium, the microscopic inner lining of your blood vessels. When that lining is damaged, your circulation collapses. A strong daily cup of hibiscus tea can improve your blood flow by 31%. 31%, and the results are incredibly fast. Within 10 days, the cramping in your calves when you walk will start to vanish. The deep, aching numbness in your heels will fade, and best of all, it costs $3 for a box that lasts an entire month. You steep 2 bags in hot water for 10 minutes to make it medicinal strength. It is tart, refreshing, and incredibly powerful. It scores an 8 out of 10. Drink number 3 is celery juice. I know it became a foolish trend on the internet a few years ago, but the actual science behind celery for circulation is bulletproof. Celery is absolutely packed with natural, earth-grown nitrates. This is where the magic happens. When you drink fresh celery juice, the good bacteria living on your tongue immediately convert those nitrates into nitrites. When you swallow, your stomach acid converts that into pure nitric oxide. It is a perfect, flawless biological assembly line. 1 large glass of fresh celery juice delivers enough nitrates to increase your blood flow by nearly 40% within 3 hours. It is what marathon runners use to push blood into their legs, and it works exactly the same way to save an elderly person's legs. The catch? You need a juicer, you have to clean it every day, and the taste is aggressively salty and green. But if you want to walk without a cane, you will drink it. It scores an 8.5 out of 10. We are almost at the absolute truth. And let me promise you, drink number 1 is going to completely redefine your concept of aging. Drink number 2 is the arugula smoothie. Arugula is the single highest natural source of dietary nitrates on the face of the planet. Pound for pound, it absolutely destroys every other vegetable. When you take 2 heavy handfuls of fresh, peppery arugula and blend it with water and a few blueberries to kill the bitter taste, you are creating a circulation supercharger. It forces an immediate massive flood of nitric oxide into your bloodstream. Studies prove that a daily dose of this liquid greens increases blood flow by a staggering 42%. You will see visible improvements in the skin color of your legs. The blue, mottled, bruising look will turn pink and healthy again within a month. The only reason this is not number 1 is the sheer inconvenience. Blending fresh, expensive greens every single day is a chore that most people will abandon after a week. It requires commitment. It scores a 9 out of 10. Drink number 1, the undisputed king of circulation, the drink that dilates your arteries by 30% and keeps me walking 2 miles a day at 100 years old. It is pure beetroot juice. Beetroot juice is the ultimate undisputed champion of vascular health. It contains the highest, most perfect concentration of dietary nitrates in a naturally drinkable form. When you consume a glass of beet juice, your body converts it into nitric oxide with ruthless, undeniable efficiency. Within 2 hours, your blood vessels literally widen. The stiff, clenched, suffocated arteries in your legs relax and open up like a multi-lane highway. The blood rushes down to your toes, bringing oxygen, heat, and life back to deadened nerves. It reduces arterial stiffness by 38%. This is the difference between shuffling to the bathroom in the dark and walking with absolute confidence. And here is how you are drinking it wrong. You cannot drink it with a meal. You cannot drink the sweetened versions. You cannot drink it after using mouthwash. Mouthwash kills the bacteria on your tongue that process the nitrates. You must drink 8 ounces of pure, unadulterated, earthy beetroot juice first thing in the morning on a completely empty stomach. Let it sit in your system. By lunchtime, your legs will feel lighter. By the end of the week, the cramping will stop. By the end of the month, your doctor will be staring at your charts in absolute disbelief. It is the cheapest, most effective miracle in the world. It scores a perfect 10 out of 10. Now listen to me very carefully. I just gave you the 10 physical keys to your body. I told you exactly what to put in your mouth to fix your broken veins. But I am going to make a sudden declaration right now. I have only revealed half the story. It is completely okay if you forget the previous 10 drinks. You can throw the beetroot juice down the drain and burn the hibiscus tea, because this last drink I am serving you is a spiritual, informative dish, and without it, all the beet juice in the world will not save you from an early grave. Science, real science, has proven time and time again that humans function because we are 7 parts mind and 3 parts body. The physical vessel you walk around in is entirely subservient to the spirit that commands it. I have seen health fanatics, people who drank every green juice, ran every morning, and treated their bodies like temples, drop dead of massive heart attacks at 65. Do you want to know why? Because their minds were poisonous, because they lived in a state of constant miserable stress. Your blood circulation is controlled by your nervous system. When you are angry, when you are bitter, when you are obsessed with keeping up with the neighbors, when you are drowning in grudges from 20 years ago, your body remains in a permanent state of fight or flight. Your brain floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline. And do you know what those stress hormones do? They permanently constrict your blood vessels. They clamp your arteries shut. You can drink 10 gallons of beet juice, but if you are a hateful, stressed, impatient person, your mind will actively override the medicine and choke your heart to death. The ultimate drink for longevity is the water of inner peace. It is the daily practice of being relentlessly honest, unconditionally kind, and deeply patient. When you are honest, you do not carry the heavy, exhausting burden of lies. Your shoulders drop, your breathing slows. When you are kind, your brain releases oxytocin, which physically lowers your blood pressure and dilates your arteries just as effectively as any vegetable. Kindness is literally cardiovascular medicine. People today are sick because their souls are sick. They are agitated by screens, outraged by the news, jealous of strangers, and terrified of aging. They live in a chronic state of spiritual dehydration. If you want to live to be 100 years old, and if you want to actually enjoy those 100 years, you must master your mind. You must forgive the people who wronged you, not because they deserve it, but because your arteries cannot handle the tension of your hatred. You must find quiet moments to simply sit on your porch and breathe without needing a device to entertain you. The 10 drinks I gave you will fix your plumbing, but only a quiet, peaceful mind will keep the water flowing. Nurture your spirit. Speak kindly to yourself and to others. Let go of the desperate need to control everything. When you maintain inner peace, the body follows suit. Your vessels relax, your blood flows freely, and you will find that you have the strength to walk happily into every single day of your long, beautiful life.